Mistake. So you all celebrated Ram Navami?
Yes, yes.
So who gave Ram Navami lecture there?
There is Radhanath Maharaj lecture in Bhakti Center at Bhakti Center.
Oh, so Bhakti Center. So any one striking point from Ram Navami, anybody can say? Something you learned unique?
Prabhuji, Maharaj was sharing like who can speak about Lord Ramchandra. So he was saying that one who has compassion for the living entities, only he can speak about Ramayana and Lord Ramchandra.
Okay. Uh-huh. Because Ramchandra's pastime itself is compassionate pastime. Uh, so I will share one PowerPoint with you all, which you can see at your leisure. Which this is very good for students. Rama versus Ravana. Okay, this is interesting. I put it in the chat, so that you can take and keep with you. You can see at your leisure. Yeah. So we were in the third chapter. I'll just share that with you. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादि पाश्चात्यदेशधारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम। So last time we discussed this. Material world is like a shackles of sex life. This is punishment for the living entities disobedient to the laws of God. Thus is a symbol of ignorance. All this we discussed last time. It increases the duration of material existence. See why Lord Krishna calls it as a symbol of ignorance? Because many people think they are advancing in material civilization. So in one of the small books of Prabhupada says that one devotee was distributing Back to Godhead magazines. So there was an old couple there, 80 years old or so. So they were refusing to buy Back to Godhead. No, not required, not interested, they were saying. But the man was purchasing lipstick and nail polish for his wife. And then she put some nail polish and lipstick. And she was alluring her husband even after 80 years old. Prabhupada says, in this way the fellow spent, dollars to buy lipstick and nail polish just to become more mohagrasta and more illusion and stay in the material world. Instead, if he paid some 10 cents for Back to Godhead magazine, husband and wife can read that magazine and go back to Godhead. Like that he says. So, in this world you can see the activities oriented towards lust, they drown the living entity in the ocean of birth and death. And activities done to awaken pure love for God, they uplift. So, one amazing observation you will make, I will put it in the chat, like, like for example, Ravana, heard about Sita. From whom? Anybody knows? He heard from Shripanaka. Ravana heard about Sita from Shripanaka and became more lusty. On the other hand, you will find Hanuman. He heard about Sita from Lord Rama and became respectful. See, amazing. Compare these two. I put it in chat. Ravana heard about Sita from Shurpanakha and became more and more lusty to chase after Sita and get destroyed. Whereas Hanuman heard about Sita from Lord Ram before leaving for Lanka. Lord gave him the ring also to give it to Sita. So he became respectful and affectionate to Sita as a mother, like a child towards a mother. That kind of feeling Hanuman got. And the lesson is what? What is the lesson we learn from this? This is the lesson. Hear from the right source. One should not hear from wrong sources. Then, from his sister who liked Lord Rama and wanted to get Sita out of the way. Yeah, correct. Actually, her intention was, she thought that once I describe about Sita to Ravana, then Ravana will carry away Sita and then Lakshmana and Ram will be free. Then she thought, I can carry away Rama. So in this way, both brother and sister, lusty, chasing after their own targets. See? Both brother and sister were lusty, chasing after their own target personalities. So Ravana was chasing after Sita and Shurpanakha was chasing after Rama. You can see that. So therefore, because Ravana heard from lusty Shurpanakha, so then he became more lusty. Whereas Hanuman heard from Lord Rama, who is the embodiment of love. So you can see that he developed a respectful affection. So I also want to put this notes which I am referring. It's called as Gauranga Priya Prabhu's notes. Very beautiful notes. Gauranga Priya, I will just let us see whether it can come here. It's 19 only. Yeah, it can come easily. You can keep this PDF with you, which I am currently referring to for my teaching of these classes. You can see very nice it is. Now we are in this one now. Yeah. So advancement of mental civilization on the basis of sense gratification means increasing the duration of material existence. Ravana also had an advanced civilization of golden Lanka, but the basis was sense gratification. So in this way, the so-called happiness, sense gratification, ultimate enemy of the sense enjoyer. So that mad attraction lust caused him a great price. So 40 to 43, Lord Krishna explains how to conquer. The solution is going to come now. How to conquer the lust. So before conquering lust, he is saying which are the sitting places of lust. Indriyani manobudir asyadhisthana uchyate. There he says senses, mind and intelligence are the three sitting places of lust, he says. So here is the main point Prabhupada says in purport. What are the repositories of lust? Mind and senses. Mind is center of all activities, where all the sense gratificated desires are all stored in the mind. And intelligence is a capital next door neighbor of the mind. Actually, intelligence influences the spirit soul. How? Read this, one of you. Lusty intelligence, please read that.
Lusty intelligence influences the spirit soul to acquire the false ego and identify itself with the matter, and thus with the mind and senses. Spirit soul becomes addicted to enjoying material senses and mistakes it as true happiness.
So, when the spirit soul out of false ego thinks I can lord over the material situation, he imagines he is enjoying, but actually he is suffering. This will require some explanation. See, a drunkard, is he enjoying or suffering?
Suffering.
You can say and you can see that he is suffering. But what does he consider when he is drinking?
He is enjoying.
He is thinking he is enjoying, you see. Similarly, a camel is eating thorny bushes, cactus. What does the camel think? Oh, this cactus is juicy. Actually, its cutting his gums and then he's drinking his own hot blood. He's thinking, oh, cactus juice is very nice. He's thinking he's drinking his own blood only. Huh? So is the camel hurting him or camel truly enjoying? Think about it. He's hurting himself. Similarly, try to all of you scientifically see these activities like smoking, sucking the smoke inside the body, or drinking liquor, or illicit sexual activities, or chewing tobacco. These are damaging the body and people are calling it as enjoyment. What kind of hellish enjoyment is that? It's foolishness. It's called as miserable pleasure. What pleasure?
Miserable pleasure.
Yeah. Why is it called miserable pleasure? Actually, they are getting misery, but they are thinking that they are enjoying. So I'll tell you another simple example. There is something called as damalu, they call it. In our IIT Bombay, they used to make it. Damalu on Saturdays. So this damalu will be very hot, reddish chili powder they will put in that. When you put it in the mouth, the tears will come from both the eyes. And very hot also. And will be eating and continuous stream of tears. Everybody will be tears, they will be crying also and eating also. And it will be burning the tongue like anything. And then once it goes down the throat, it will burn in the belly also inside, going round and round. Like that many burns people will get. It will burn the belly also. And next day morning when you go to pass in the washroom, it will burn the back also. It burns the front, belly and back. That is passionate food. That actually is very harmful. But one thinks it's very, very enjoyable. Correct now? The tikat, the hot thing, people tend to think that it is very enjoyable, but actually it is suffering. That's why we call it the miserable pleasures. Passionate pleasures are all miserable pleasures. Say for example, sometimes you might have done your project or assignment keeping awake till 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock. You remember? You have done sometimes? Company job or your college studies. On one hand, you have a thrill that I have completed the work, I have submitted my assignment, or at last my programming is over, I completed this program. So there is a joy of completion, but when you look at the watch, it is 2 o'clock, 2 a.m. or something. So then you are damn tired, and when you lie down at 2, you get up at 11 or something in the morning. So you didn't get tired. And even after 11, you are still tired during the day. So these are passionate pleasures. One thinks that one is going to enjoy, and the one suffers actually. Miserable pleasure, like the camel's pleasure. And also, people find pleasure in hard work itself. Like for example, one man tied a stick to the donkey's neck and then put one carrot in the front like this. So as soon as it moved 1 feet, the carrot also would move 1 feet ahead. But the donkey was always thinking that I am going to get the carrot very soon. He was extending his mouth, tongue, but he was not able to get it. 1 feet was going ahead. Foolish donkey didn't understand that it wasn't tied to my neck only. Similarly, there are many people who are given some better prospect promises. If you do this, you have some better prospects in future. So people slog hard like anything. So that pleasure also is actually passionate pleasures. Over ambition, overworking, 16 hours, 18 hours working like that. So that's what he is saying here. Yeah, go ahead.
False identification manifested in various ways. Identifying the body made of 3 elements with one's own self. Considering the
Three elements.
byproducts
What
of
is
the
the three elements? Mucus, bile, and air. Mucus represents all solids in the body. Bile represents all liquids in the body. Air represents all the gases in the body. Yeah. Considering this metal body to be oneself is foolishness, because we are not the metal body, we are the driver of this body, metal body. Yeah, we are the spirit soul. Go ahead.
considering the byproducts of the body to be is kinsmen.
Yeah.
Considering the land of birth worshipable. Goes to the to place of pilgrimage simply to take bath rather than meet the men of transcendental knowledge.
Yeah. So the verse reference is given 10.84.13. Yasyatma buddhir kunape dridhatuke swadhi kalatradish bhoma ijjadi Yattirtha buddhi salile nakarhye chet janeshva vigneshu sayeva gokarah. Lord Krishna is telling, this body made up of kapha, vata, pitta, bile, mucus and air, considering people who are connected to us as blood relatives to be our own. Although the relationship is temporary in this particular life. And thinking that my date of birth, my place of birth is very special because I was born there. Some people think like that. That kind of attachment to place of birth. Or going on yatra only for just taking a bath and sightseeing and not for hearing from saintly persons. So all these four are called false identification. So now the solutions are going to come. First is identifying the problem. Where is the lust sitting? It's sitting in mind, senses, in senses, mind and intelligence. Yeah. So therefore the lust intelligence, once the intelligence becomes kubuddhi, lust intelligence, then it influences the spirit soul to possess false ego, and the spirit soul foolishly starts thinking that, I am this body. I'll tell you a story, you will understand this point. Once a lion and a lioness, they went to attack a herd of sheep. At that time, one small baby lion also ran along with them. They took him also just to show how to catch the sheep. But one mistake happened in their catching. When all the sheep, out of fear, they ran away, the small cub also ran away along with them. So later on, all the sheep were watching at the cub. Hey, who is this new guy? He looks different than us. And they were trying to, tap him. And you were also wondering, where I have come? And then slowly, the sheep thought, since he has come with us, we have to teach him to make sounds like us. They told him, say, ma, 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 like that he had to say. So he also practiced, ma, 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 ma. He started making sounds. And then they took him and they made him eat grass, and then they were living with him, with the sheep. And he was also walking like a sheep, moving like a sheep. He became almost like a sheep only. So the mother lion was very worried. She told the father lion, what's happening? Our boy went away with them. Go and fetch him back. So next time again the father lion came. Again all the sheep ran away and that fellow also ran away. So now the father lion understood. Now my target is not the sheep. My target is to get my child back. So next time, even third time, he left all the sheep to run away. But he caught hold of this small cub. And the cub started making sounds. He started making sounds. Father was fed up. What kind of sound is he making? So he took the kid to the mother. And both of them took him to a pond. And they were standing and were looking at the water in the pond. So he saw a big father lion and then the mother lion. In between he looked at himself. Oh, I look very similar to my mother and father. I am not a sheep. The sheep whom I was looking at, they looked much different than this form. So he was wondering, this is the way I am supposed to make sound, ma sound. And the father said, learn from me. Like that he made sounds. Then immediately he picked up. He also made the sound. Now he became a proper lion and parents became very happy. So what is the moral of the story? That father lion, mother lion are like Radha and Krishna. So they are actually Satchidananda Swarupam, pure completely. Radharani is called abode of love and Krishna is called as object of love. So they are like happiness and beauty personified. So we are all their part and parcel. By identifying with the Lord and becoming a devotee, gradually we resume our spiritual qualities, which are innate in the soul, which have been forgotten by the soul now. Now having come into this world, we are associating with other conditioned souls who are like sheep. And then we are also foolishly behaving like them. So therefore we are called as conditioned souls. But the moment you wake up to Krishna consciousness, then your behavior will become exalted behavior. So is that clear?
Yes,
That's what he's saying, yeah. Yeah, read the next. Regulate the senses, read that.
Regulate the senses. Since senses are the weakest, they are the easiest to begin conquering lust with. Therefore, destroy lust in senses by following religious regulations. Lust as destroyer of jnana, knowledge, and vijnana, self-realization.
Ah, lust destroys jnana, vijnana, nashanam, he's saying. So, yeah, read the practical application, yeah.
Practical application of text 341. One's senses are influenced by lust when he feels attracted to pleasure and repulsed by pain. The senses send images of desirable and undesirable objects to the mind.
Yeah, our senses are attracted to pleasure. That we read it in that verse 18.38, I read it that day, you all read it. How a man feels attraction for a woman, and then they connect, then there are problems and other things. And repulsed by pain means what is good for us, the mind is repulsing. The repulsing means the mind saying, oh, I have to get up in the morning, it's too much, cold, or I am feeling sick, I think I am sick, I can't get up. So mind is very resistant to rise in the morning, or chanting also. After the chant 2 or 4 rounds, you look here and there, who is doing what, or one mind says, get up and then go for a walk, take some water and come, or go to a room and take a small nap and come. So all these different ideas the mind gives. So that's why you will see that for the right thing, there it says, you are repulsed by pain of pure activities and you are attracted to the pressure of impure activities. But nevertheless, you have to say no to Maya, yes to Krishna. By repeated practice, we will get Krishna shelter. The senses send images of desirable and undesirable objects to the mind. You see? Keep on sending good and bad objects. So, and then the mind processes them. And the mind tells the senses to go ahead doing some wrong thing. I read the purport, important points. Yeah.
What is jnana and vijnana? Jnana, knowledge of the self as distinguished from the non-self. Vijnana, specific knowledge of the spirit soul's constitutional position and his relationship to the supreme soul.
Yeah.
Learn Krishna
So,
consciousness from
jnana means who are you? Jnana means who are you? Vijnana means what is the relationship with God? So, jnana and vijnana. So, which is more superior, jnana or vijnana?
Vijnana.
Vijnana.
Because in Vijnana you know both soul and super soul and the relationship. So you know Jnana, Vijnana. Therefore, the lust can completely cover up our Jnana and Vijnana. Both it can cover. So we have to be very cautious. And then learn Krishna consciousness from Bhagavad Gita. Yeah.
Reference Srimad Bhagavatam 2.9.31. The knowledge of the self and the supreme self, super self, is very confidential and understood as explained by the Lord himself. What is Krishna consciousness based on Bhagavad Gita? Living entities are part and parcel of the Lord and simply meant to serve the Lord.
So the soul and super soul relationship is very confidential. Lord himself is explaining, my dear Arjun, I am the super soul and all the souls serve me with love and they serve me with love and I reciprocate with their love. And that is, if that relationship is revived, you can put a full stop to the material existence and return back home, back to Godhead. Prabhupada said, no more material world, no more material body, no more misery. Who can repeat all the three?
No material world,
No more.
no material body,
No
no
more
material
misery.
So that's intelligence, isn't it? Yeah. So therefore, that's what he's saying, that the specific knowledge of soul and super soul relationship is the most vital thing, which Lord himself is explaining. At this point, Krishna consciousness protect love from deteriorating into lust. Yeah, read that point.
Lust is only the perverted reflection of love of God, which is natural for every living entity. Krishna conscious education from the very beginning prevents that natural love from deteriorating into lust. When love of God deteriorates into lust, it is very difficult to return to the normal condition.
Yeah. And then the power of Krishna consciousness.
Power of Krishna consciousness. Even a late beginner benefits and he can become lover of God by following the regulative principles of devotional service.
And Prabhupada has proved it. Many people follow the four regs and chanted the Krishna rounds, reading Prabhupada books. They could transform lust into love. Huh? So, lust also is an indication that we have a very strong push inside. Love and lust are of same magnitude but opposite direction. Lust is a downward vector and love is an upward vector, top vector. So, the soul super soul relationship is upward vector. And soul trapped in material body, identifying with the false ego, thinking I am this body and this relatives are mine, that's a downward vector. Huh? So we are trying to now move the downward vector to make it upward. So we can ascend up. Huh? For that we have to, like climbing staircase is a little more difficult than climbing staircase downwards, correct now? This whole degradation is more easy. But then following a strict discipline is more difficult, which one has to do. If you do it, you will be rewarded for that. Huh? So I'll continue these notes. I have given the booklet to you also. Keep it with you. You can go through it yourself. Huh? And now it's time now. We will meet. I'll just check my calendar next week. Where are we now? It is April. Today is what, April 10th here? Okay. Yeah, next week we have both the classes, 16 and 17. Huh? We can have both the classes. Only yesterday we couldn't have. I had a program. Next week we'll have both classes. Okay, Bruce? Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.